All right, thank you so much for staying with us. It's still VOP this morning. Welcome you back as we move straight down to the major topic of conversation this morning. The December 2nd declaration of 40 states of Biafra by Simon Ekpa's faction of IPOB has met with rejection from citizens across the Southeast, South, and Middle Belt. Many leaders in the Southeast have instead urged President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to release IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, arguing that his freedom is crucial to reducing tensions and restoring stability in the region. The Ndibo Unity Forum, NUF, has joined calls for Nnamdi Kanu's release, emphasizing that his prolonged detention has fueled unrest, including the disruptive Monday sit-at-home protest. These protests have severely impacted the Southeast, resulting in financial losses and disruption to education. In a statement, NUF leaders criticized past administrations for ignoring calls from Igbo leaders to address the issue, noting that the region's decline in peace and economic stability since Kanu's arrest. In a related development, Finnish authorities have confirmed that Simon Ekpa, the self-proclaimed leader of IPOB, will remain in custody pending trials. Finnish law prohibits bail for offenses of this nature, ensuring Ekpa remains detained as legal proceedings move forward. His detention has added another layer of complexity to the ongoing Biafran movement. We have, the videos of some southeastern states, where they are still observing the sit-at-home order, even as some people have come up to say that with Simon Ekpa's arrest, the whole sit-at-home order thing will end in the Southeast. But, for example, in Anambra State, Oka to be precise, people were nowhere to be found on Monday. The movement actually were kind of sketchy, and other parts of the Southeast also still faces same. We have with us in the studio this morning, we have Barrister Darlington Agomo, VOP in-house analyst, he's the one that will help us make sense of this. This topic. We also told you that Prince Francis Chilaka, a political analyst, will join us during the course of the program. Good morning, Barrister Darlington.
Good morning, Fina Moses. How are you?
Good morning, Barrister. Very well.
Good to have you in today's show.
You're welcome.
Again, we have Simon Ekpa, IPOB, on our radar again. Yesterday was the day we talked about the second declaration of Biafra after Ojukwu made a statement to that regard in 1967. Now, some people have come up to deassociate themselves from those, I'm talking about the 40 states he named. In fact, we have the Oman Bara that have the capital to be Onitsha, and so many other states that were mentioned in that 40 states. And the people saying we are not part of this. We don't need another declaration. We don't need another 40 states. We need Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Isn't this more like, will I say, shutting up the agitation that the Igbos have been calling them for all this while?
Fina, I have told you, what's his name? Simon Ekpa is on his own. I don't know why the press and the media have been bringing this topic. It's a non-issue to the Southeasterners, to the Igbos. Simon Ekpa told you that he's just a content creator. When he was arrested, that was what he said. He said he's a content creator. Like every other person you see in the media space who are content creators.
Barrister.
So he had denied all this.
Barrister,
that you
sorry to interrupt you at this point.
Good.
Did he say that by himself? Did you hear? Because I heard somebody else report that he said it's now an issue of hearsay. Because I didn't hear him in an interview or an audio where he said, look, this is what I am. I'm a content creator on social media. I didn't hear him.
Please, when he was arrested by the Finnish authority and interrogated, he denied being a prime minister in exile. He denied it.
But you know that Simon Ekpa told you that 2nd of December will be the day for the declaration of IPOB, that's Indigenous People of Biafra, in Finland. And he said nothing can stop us from doing this. He even wrote a memo to federal government to that effect. And same yesterday, the declaration was made. 40 states were unveiled. So are you also saying he's just a content creator, or is it a way for the people from the Southeast to kind of still disassociate themselves from him and throw him under the bus?
It is not enough for you to give yourself some title that you don't deserve. At the end of the day, what happened with the declaration? The 40 states, did you see them represent themselves in Finland? Please, did you see any of the 40 states sent representative to Finland? Why are we making this thing look as if Samuel Onegba is somebody? Did you see some people, all the 40 states he named? Did you see anybody from those 40 states go to Finland and say, yes, we are part of this?
People were part of the people that went for that.
Who? Which people?
Now, Barrister Darlington.
None of them visited Finland.
Barrister Darlington, from what we see, from what is happening, now, we know that there was a call for this declaration. People participated in that declaration that happened.
Who are the
and
people?
40 states were also, being pushed out.
Look.
No, Barrister Darlington. Now, we saw the video of the people that were chanting the Biafra, and they were bringing out their information.
Who are these people?
We have the names of the 40 states.
Who are these people? Who are the 40 states?
Have this capital to be Abada, the former Abia State, and all that. People were there in that. Now, the only thing, I'm not saying that those people that were there are not Igbos, or are they not Igbo for the Igbo people?
Oh God, did you see anybody from Nigeria where the states are go to Finland and say, yes, we are part of this? Did you see any declaration even in the southeast of Nigeria? These are things that are very vital. If you didn't see all this, then why are you trying to promote what is not there?
Seeing them.
Seeing them what? Anybody can say anything and all. It doesn't matter. After all, Sunday Igboho declared Yoruba state here the other time. Did you see the Yoruba queue behind him? Is he not cooling his head in Germany today? Leave Samuel Onegba. His story is already gone because they are going to try him on the 25th of, in May 2025. Is that not a fact? I remember when I was on air, somewhere we said, no, Samuel Onegba was not arrested though. He's not in his house. So I said, okay, if Samuel Onegba, he has not been arrested and detained, please let him show up in the media space again. Let him go and tell us, look at me, oh, let him make a post again. Until that second was declared and he was not there. How can you declare a state of Biafra and your leader was not present? What are you talking about? Please, I don't want people to fall for this scam. We are tired of all these rabble-rousers disturbing us. We know what we want, not Samuel Onegba and his group. We have said this severally. They have not impacted, they have not helped the Southeast in any way or form. It's just making us and collecting money from people. What are you talking about? I don't want people to claim that Samuel Onegba has not done anything to help Biafran cause. He has not. Let it be on record. He declared, and after declaration, what happened? Have you started functioning? Is there anything Samuel Onegba is sending to the Southeast today and say, yes, the people in the Southeast, they are now in cahoot with Samuel Onegba? Did you see Ohanese or any other elite group in the Southeast go to something land and represent themselves and say, yeah, we are part of this? So when this thing did not happen, why are you trying to say he declared, as if it is a very big issue? It is not. Until now the Kano comes out, we are not listening to anybody. Cure ED. Anybody who wants to go and do anything, that you're on your own. We can't be deceived by rabble-rousers. Who is Samuel Onegba in the first place? In the scheme of things, who is Samuel Onegba? Please, let us go back. Do you think the Igbos can follow anybody? Hold on, Ifina. Have you heard or seen where Igbos will not follow any tout because he's making noise? Samuel Onegba to lead the Igbos in the... Please, people should not annoy us. So
are you not saying that it's a case of an individual, not a case of the
he's making noise on his own.
Say that we cannot follow anyone.
We are not.
People are throwing their bags away behind.
Who are those people? Who are those people?
And are you now still saying that the cause for IPOB now is more like a personal theme? An individual.
What I said, Nnamdi Kanu is the person we know, not Samuel Onegba. If we have been saying this severally. It is Nnamdi Kanu who is pursuing a cause that the Igbo support, not Samuel Onegba. Get it clear. We don't want fake human rights activists to deceive us. Samuel Onegba cannot fight for Biafra with what he's doing. He cannot. We don't know him. We have said this several times. It is Nnamdi Kanu who is pursuing the cause that Igbos cannot resonate with. It's as simple as that.
All right, Barrister. We have with us also in the studio, Mr. Prince Francis Chilaka, who is a political analyst. I wanted to say Mr. then had to come back with the Prince. Yeah, of course.
Good morning.
Good to have you in today's show.
Thank you.
I know you've been following our conversation up until this moment. We still have Simon Ekpa on the radar, where he declared, that was yesterday, even when he was in, with the Finnish authority behind bars, the declaration of the IPOB nation state still holds in Finland. 40 states were mentioned. And not just that, we also have their money also introduced in that gathering. Now, some people are saying, we don't need this. We don't need any declaration of any IPOB state in Finland. we need Nnamdi Kanu to be released. That's the only thing we're talking about. What do you have to say about that?
I don't understand why people are putting so much emphasis to frivolities. For me, Simon Ekpa is not a subject that should be discussed as a national issue. And the reason is because you claim to be declaring Biafra government in exile. And meanwhile, the main man, the mastermind of this government is in detention. And he'll be there till about May 2025. And on the other hand, some charlatans, that's what I want to call them, gather themselves in Finland. These are people who have been benefiting from the largesse of those who believe in the ideology of Biafra, the monies they've been contributing, and then they all gather themselves in Finland and declare a Biafra state, 40 states. It's a mockery, it's laughable. Because, like Barrister here just said, who can you point out amongst all those people that attended that gathering as a prominent son or daughter of Igbo land? Which of them? Moreover, you want to declare a sovereign state of Biafra, and you're declaring it in exile.
We have in Africa, does it make sense? We have individuals in Africa declare government in exile. This is not the first time it's coming up. This is not the first time.
And how far have they panned out?
I wonder.
It's one thing to declare, but
what led to the South Africans? What led to South Africans? Will I say, independence was about how some individuals also put themselves together.
ANC was fighting apartheid.
We are doing what? We're fighting this particular cause, and this is what we have to do.
Let us
and it turned out that till today,
don't compare this.
Let us get things.
It happened in Africa too.
Let us get things in perspective. You cannot put South Africa side by side with the nonsense Simon Ekpa is doing with the Biafran ideology.
Why do you say so?
They don't add up. South Africans, then you talked about ANC. They were fighting apartheid. They were fighting against the whites, in quotes. Simon Ekpa, who is he fighting against?
I wonder. His own people.
This is the same guy who has taken credit for the slaughter of Igbos. The same Igbos you are claiming to be protected. You have imposed sit at home in the Southeast. You have killed the economic life of the Southeast. So tell me, of what benefit has Simon Ekpa and his cohorts been to the Igbo land?
Are we blaming this on Simon Ekpa? This is not a more, that is what I want to ask. Given the fact that the whole thing started with IPOB coming up to say there will be sit at home in the Southeast. They also went to further to talk about how he's going to linger for 1 month, for 1 week, and all that in South.
And when the,
are you not saying Simon Ekpa is the one doing
and when IPOB called off sit at home, what happened thereafter?
I wonder.
Simon Ekpa is part of IPOB.
No.
Are you taking him out of it?
He has never been.
He has never been a
yes,
member of IPOB.
He himself has said he has never been a member of IPOB. See, it's not about IPOB. For me, it's about the livelihood of the Southeasterners. If you go to the recent VAT earnings across the states, you'll be ashamed that a state like Imo was earning 200 and something billion. Is it not a shame? In the whole Southeast, if you add all their earnings together, it also adds up. It's because of the fact that one person who believes in an ideology, who believes in a different mindset, has held the Southeastern states captive. And I'll keep saying it. If Simon Ekpa and his group are serious with their declaration, they should go and impose the sit at home in Abuja. They should be able to galvanize all the Southeasterners across the breadth of Nigeria to say every Monday, don't open your shops. Those who have airlines, the airlines should not fly. Those who have radio and TV stations should not operate. then we know that there's proper.
Wouldn't that be infringing on rights of other people?
No.
Really?
Already that's what they're doing in the Southeast.
Look at the
You cannot move around in the Southeast on Mondays. You cannot. And nobody has come out to tell us, even the governors themselves, they should be ashamed.
But the people...
Because they have not come out to tell us who the so-called unknown gunmen that are ensuring that people sit at home. Who are they?
But yesterday, when we were having this conversation, Barrister, you said something about how people sitting at home is out of their own...
Of course, yes. If they do
they're not being mandated.
Good, hold on.
Their rights is still being protected.
Hold on. If
solidarity to Nnamdi Kanu.
Hold on. If after, someone ever has been picked up and detained, and anybody in the South decide to sit at home, it's on his own volition. You can no longer tell me that somebody said or whatever. So you are doing it out of...
Now looking at it in the way that you're saying something about Presidency, like I said something about how the Simon...
That was then, now that was then.
Make people who have businesses in other places shut their business.
That was then.
I am saying that...
Oh God.
Sorry, but I'm saying that if we are saying that his cause is about the Igbo race, and his cause is genuine, what he should do, or what he should have done, which is what I've always said, it's not just holding the southeastern states hostage. Biafra is an ideology that every Igbo man believes in. It is the education of the ideology that matters. And unfortunately, every child born of an Igbo man in Nigeria grows up to understand that they have been marginalized. And they have been marginalized. So that's why I call it an ideology. It lives with them. But we're talking about the implementation of that ideology now. You're saying, oh, Southeasterners sit at home. Southeasterners are not only within the Southeast.
Okay.
So let those Southeasterners outside the Southeast who believe, support, let them sit at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that includes Lagos.
Yes,
everywhere,
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That doesn't seem like something that will happen anytime
Really?
soon.
Okay.
Well, Barrister,
yes.
let me come to you now. You do recall that sometime in the past, Simon Ekpa raised funds, raised about $60,000 monthly for 6 months. That was about the duration. He raised the funds to champion the Biafra cause. Now he's in detention. But we still saw a gathering in Finland, and 2nd of December has come and gone. Some will say we haven't seen anything significant really from the 2nd of December. But the fear in some quarters is the same way Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB, declared sit at home for whenever he's been taken to court, and somebody else took advantage of it. A Simon Ekpa took advantage of it, and we have seen what has happened in the Southeast with people being killed for refusing to sit at home. Some are afraid that if things continue the way they are going, if we continue to disregard Simon Ekpa's story and the things that he has done, we might see a resurgence of other groups of individuals, or rise of individuals, or maybe groups. Now it's Biafra in Exile government, where he has declared himself the PM. We've had people call themselves a Minister of Communication, Minister of this and that, giving themselves portfolios. Shouldn't we be concerned that if this is not nipped in the bud, something more drastic might happen from some other group, maybe in Germany, maybe in Russia, maybe anywhere else around the world, still campaigning for the secession of Biafra? In the guise of that, cause further mayhem in Nigeria. Barrister.
You can only succeed if the people you are talking about are behind you. Whether you are coming from the moon, or you are coming from Jupiter, or Germany, or Russia, or America, except the real people you are fighting for, which is the Southeasterners, except they are behind you, you are not going anywhere.
Real people, really.
The people in the Southeast who are bearing the brunt, You cannot sit down somewhere in Finland or any of the Western world and you are enjoying a cognac.
What age grade? What age grade? If you want to talk about the people in the Southeast bearing the brunt of it, the real people.
Yes.
Let's put them into an age grade.
No, they are not age grade. Everybody.
Oh, Barrister, I beg to disagree.
Disagree on this one. Hold on.
No, Barrister, please hold on. Let me ask the question.
Leave these Gen Zs who don't know what is going on.
No, Barrister, you can't leave the Gen Zs.
Are they not part of the people?
If they are part of the people, what is the percentage?
Barrister, we can't leave the Gen Zs because some of this fight is happening on social media, and the Gen Zs dominate social media, and the Gen Zs probably don't even understand what is going on. What their parents went through during the Civil War. But what they understand is that some people are being gagged, some people are being terrorized, some people are being killed, and so they want to leave Nigeria, and it's happening on social media.
Moses, that is why we are here to educate them. Another cannot be there when a goat will give birth with a rope. It's not done in Igbo land. That is why we are guiding them that this thing, the world has moved on. Things are done in a civilized manner these days. The UN is there. All the processes you need to follow is there. Follow it, not killing. UK moved out of Europe just yesterday. What happened? Did anybody fight? Eritrea left Ethiopia, even though they fought. Sudan left their other brother, Southern Sudan. We can give you tons of examples. So there are templates for you to follow, not by killing yourselves. That's what we are saying here. Because if you continue to kill yourself, enemies will not take advantage and come and finish you people. Can't you see what we are saying here? If they discover that people don't love themselves, that they are not killing them, they will now say, okay, let us, they will now take advantage. Now that someone has been taken down, please, if anything now happens in South, we will now call the federal government, please, you come. The security men you put in the South, the military, the police, and the DSS, and all of them, what are they now? You will see me here, I will call Tinubu. The people you put there, they are the cause of this problem. I will call out names. That's what we are saying here now, because you can no longer come and tell me that someone never trade this or that. That one is over. It was in the past. That is why we said he must be brought down at all costs. Now he's facing trial, or he's going to face trial. Who again will you say that is causing the killing in the Southeast?
So you think another person will not emerge?
Let him emerge first.
Remember,
hold on. If he emerge today in Southeast, he will be taken down today.
All right.
The Igbos don't even need anybody to tell them to. They will take him down today. The only thing that made someone able to have behaved so arrogantly for so long because he's not in Nigeria.
All right.
He would have sent some boy to go to his house and ask him, my friend, come. These people you are killing, they are human beings. Are you to face the same judgment now?
Let's bring in Chukwuka Chukwudile, to be part of this conversation.
Well, Chukwuka is not online at the moment. Okay.
Good morning, Chukwuka. Good to have you in today's show.
Well, we'd like you to unmute your microphone so we can hear you. Please.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Good to have you. Good to have you in today's show. I know you've been following the conversation thus far. We're talking about Simon Ekpa's arrest and how even the declaration of 40 states for Biafra, and how some people have come up to say we are associating ourselves from this declaration. We're not part of it. We need Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Now, do you think that if we're to release Nnamdi Kanu, or if the federal government is to release Nnamdi Kanu, that this in any way can help quell the tension in the Southeast?
Thank you, Tina. This is a very, very important question you've asked, and I'm going to try to answer it as diplomatically as I can. In this situation, Nnamdi Kanu has become a menace to the Southeast development of the region ever since he came out with the Biafra agenda. And no one is thinking he doesn't have the right to want an agenda, because his people have been marginalized. Everybody knows Southeastern Nigeria has been marginalized since after the Civil War, And it's funny to know, in this situation, this is a man who nobody knows his antecedents, where he came from. He just comes from nowhere, and you turn your region in the name of determination and actualization. You turn your region to a war-torn zone. we declare Monday sit at home, whereby anybody can go out, somebody can go about their businesses. So children cannot go write exams. If unfortunately have a paper to write on Monday, you know how much trillion Southeast Nigeria has lost since the start of the sit at home. If you count how many Mondays between the sit at home, the first sit at home happened in 2021 around August. And I can remember for a fact that I was in Anambra at that moment. I was part of the campaign media team for Valentine Osigbo when he was running for governor of Anambra State. And I remember on a particular Monday we were supposed to go for a campaign, one of the local governments. I think the previous weekend some people were killed, and then that Monday was the very first hit at home that happened in Southeast Nigeria. It started like a joke. But look at us, look at where we are today. I want to try and do a mental calculation of how many Mondays have passed between that Monday and this Monday like this. It's unimaginable.
Now, what do you think that made the Southeasterners or the bigwigs in the Southeast not to have talked about this marginalization? We have still so many of them, in the National Assembly and all that. Why is it that it took them so long before they now start talking or start standing or chiming on the rights of Nnamdi Kanu to start talking about how they are being marginalized? Remember that the marginalization was what led to the war, the civil war that Nigerians suffered so many years back, So why is it that the political bigwigs, the political elites in the Southeast, to be precise, have not really come up unanimously to say we are marginalized, and if nothing is being done, we need to do this or that? Why is it taking them so long?
Nigeria is a very complicated country. They say they will explain Nigeria to you. You say you understand the country and what the workings of the country. You see the Southeastern, like elder statesmen who you would have felt should be at the forefront trying to clear air, sort out whatever misconceptions and misunderstandings are happening. These guys are quiet and silent because they're all complicit. That is just what they say. Because how can you see your region go down the street and you don't have what happens to all the
What I'm asking this question is the fact that Chukwuka, why I ask the question is the fact that suddenly we know that we have Ndibo Unity Forum, that's NUF, they have the president to be Augustine Chukudum. And they've not really come up to say something about the whole that. So now, do you also, because yesterday I was having this conversation somewhere and someone said something about all the clamors, all the calls by the Southeasterners is kind of a political one. They just wanted to feel a bit relevant or important, given the fact that they just wanted to stand on the part of Nnamdi Kanu now to make their voice to be heard and to make them to be recognized. Do you also share that line of thought? Do you think that the call for Nnamdi Kanu's release is a genuine one, or is it more like a political statement?
The latter, the political statement.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you very much. Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I want to say something. Remember, before this time when EPA came out, there used to be there used to be a rap guy. Remember that guy?
On the Masop.
How he came out with his Masop movement and caused a lot of nuisance in the Southeast. Where is he now?
All right then. All right then. Well, thank you very much, Chukudili. Well, he's joining us from our Abuja studio. And just to let our viewers know, Voice of the People, VOP TV, is expanding, having studios in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, and some other parts of the country, just so we can serve you better, bring you stories from these parts of Nigeria. All right, so do expect to hear more from our presenters and Nigerians from around some of these parts of the country. We might also be hearing from Port Harcourt, where we have Desmond Anyanwu standing by. He will also chime into the conversation. So expect more of this in the course of the days and months to come. Now let's bring it back to the studio.
Just stay with us, okay? Because I'll be needing your own view and point during this conversation too.
Oh yes. Well, let's bring it back to the studio now. You want to say something?
Yes. I want to respond to your question to Barrister.
Okay.
When people are marginalized, there will be agitations. Anybody who says that the Igbos have not spoken in one voice against marginalization apparently doesn't know history. The Igbos have always been speaking. Go and check history. You will see prominent Igbos have come out to say that the Southeast is being marginalized. The Southeast is being suffocated. You see, today, we have like your correspondent said, we had Raf, we have Nnamdi Kanu, we have Simon Ekpa, we've had is it Uju or Ngozi, the one that says she's the chief of staff.
Ngozi something. Yes.
This will continue. You know why? The reason why people from the Southeast, why a lot of people, a lot of young people from the Southeast today are agitating for secession is because the marginalization we're talking about has not been addressed by the federal government. Until those issues are addressed, these agitations will continue.
Now, but how
the like of Sunday has kept quiet because suddenly they have a Bola Tinubu as a president.
Exactly.
Okay.
The Niger Delta has kept quiet because at the point they had Jonathan as a president.
But how does splinter groups from IPOB, other groups like the BRGI in exile, how do they help the cause if they all spring up like this? Do they really
whether you like it or not, even in South Africa when you had the ANC. There was a lot of splinter groups.
Yes.
It is bound to happen.
That's the truth.
What will happen at the end of the day is that one will stand out. Mm-hmm. And that one that stands out is the one that they recognize.
Exactly. At a point, Mandela was declared a terrorist and a rebel and all that.
So these are things we must take care of. And this is where the federal government of Nigeria has gotten it wrong. The Igbos have been saying that if a child is pointing somewhere, if the mother is not there, the father is there.
Yeah.
So do you think, Prince Francis, that the Southwesterners are no longer calling or agitating for them to be liberated, given the fact that just after Bola Ahmed Tinubu was inaugurated as the president of Nigeria, we have the Onitiri, talking about how she also read out something on social media. She declared interest of the Yoruba nation, and she also hoisted the flag. So are those?
Do you understand propaganda?
So do you think that having a president to help to curb the issue of marginalization?
Fina, do you understand what propaganda is?
Leave that in, Fina. You don't know what
in governance. Propaganda is an oil. It oils the wheel.
Oh God. Look at it. What happened after that?
Where is the woman today? All those who were arrested, where are they today? Who has been speaking out? It's propaganda.
Oh. Why were they not tried? No, have you
before when if you recall, when Jonathan first came to power, didn't you see the likes of Asarebo, Tombolo making noise?
I wonder.
What happened thereafter? They must also show that propaganda that no, we're not sure, we're sure.
Is it really propaganda or is it a case of the country being?
What has happened? What the Southwest is doing is nothing but propaganda.
Even at that, if they protest now, what are they protesting for? Their man is in Abuja. All the appointment is in the Southwest, as I talk to you today.
Mr. Darlington Agumor, we know how hunger is bedeviling the country to start with.
Is that what?
And also, we know that the man at the helm of affairs, from all indication, it's not really the person feeling the brunt because of the fact that there's hunger in the land. There is no food. Remember that the Westerners were the first people to go into the street to protest hunger in Nigeria. In this present administration. So you ask, what are they protesting?
Well, yes, now, because the important thing is let my man be in Abuja.
Are we having different markets for some?
Hold on, I'm coming. The important thing is let my man be at the helm of affairs to show that, yes, we too, we are part of Nigeria. Is that not what has been going on? If you check, the office of the president of this country is a political issue. It's a political, tribal, and religious issue. The person there will help your region in whatever form or guise, whether you like it or not. I said, just go and look at the appointment Tinubu have made. When Buhari was there, look at the appointment he made. So all this is, it impacts on the people to show that, yes, we are part of we have somebody who can rule Nigeria. That impression alone can quell all manner of agitation. That's what we are saying here. Whether you like it or not, the Southwest are keeping quiet now because their person is there. What are they going to protest now? For what? Whatever Tinubu is now doing is for the generality of Nigerians. Hunger is not an exclusive right of any region now. But the fact that the Tinubu is there, it will be impossible for his own people to start protesting and shouting and making noise all over the place. It can never happen. Okay. It can never happen.
All right, Barry.
This is what we are now saying, that let an Igbo man be given such opportunity since independence. What is wrong there?
Okay.
No, tell me. Apart from that, even if they are ruling properly, Fina, listen very well. Oh, even if the Igbo man does not bother, because he is an egalitarian man. We are very liberal. With all we are saying, let there be enabling environment. The Igbo man can thrive. But this marginalization and the persecution and the whatever they are doing to, especially in Lagos, these are part of the thing that is agitating their mind. You don't give them access to governance. You don't give them access to national resources. You don't give them access to appointment. And now you will not even allow them to thrive in their business. Is that not enough for somebody to cry out? Have we retaliated one day to all the things they are doing to us, especially in Lagos here? Have you heard? Because if we had that, they say, look at it. Even the Igbo said, look at what they are doing. But we never retaliated. Look at what you suffered here in Lagos, which you are aware of. Have we retaliated? Please, somebody should answer me. Is that not enough to tell you that we are peaceful people? So, what is this thing about the Igbos? That everybody, every time, Igbo, what did we do wrong? Because we are very peaceful. Is that not? Is there any other thing? The people that are very aggressive, try it with them and see what will happen. They will never try it. It's always the Igbos. So these are the things that is agitating their mind. When you look at you are doing so well. If you have a son, 3 sons in the family, you are pampering 2. The very one who is working so hard, bringing food to the table, adding value to the family, doing everything diligently, you will not treat him like a slave or a bastard. Please, will that son be happy? One day you put that house on fire, everybody will run out from that place.
All right then, Barrister. Now, let's come back to Simon Ekpa's issue. Simon Ekpa and the noise that he's been making. You've called it rabble-rousing. But he has listed some states, 40 states. No, Barrister, just hold on. Just hold on. He has listed some states. Some of those states have some Niger Delta states included in them. Let's go back in history. Let's talk about...
that is East Central State now, Eastern Nigeria.
Yes.
When Gowon wanted to whittle down the power...
Barrister, please hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's talk about one Adaka Isaac
Borough, yes.
Yes. And what played out during the time. He was also an agitator for the Niger Delta region, you know, because of the oil. And the Niger Deltans have always feared that if they align with Southeast, if they align with Biafra, they might be, the oil, they might be ruled, maybe suppressed or something. That agitation has always been there. How does this inclusion of some Niger Delta states help the cause? He
was looking at the former topography of East Central states. But that's why I told that the world has moved on. If it's a voluntary issue now, when America was formed, it was only 13 states. That 13 states is now 50 states. The last of these states was Alaska, which was bought by one American president from Russia. Alaska was never a land or an American land, but because it is far from the Soviet Union, they felt that eventually America may take the land. They now sold it to one American president at $7 million. Today, that particular Alaska is now giving them 50% of their gold reserve and 50% of their fishery need. Are you getting it? So they came in out of voluntary obligation to become what they are today. It is the same thing with this Niger Delta. Okay, they agitated that they don't want Biafra and all that. At the end of the day, are they better now? Remember, one of the things they used to deceive them during the war was they should join the federal troops and the federal government, that when they finish the war, they will give them 50% of their 50% derivation. That's what they used to deceive people like Kensaro Wiwa, and they sabotage Biafra. Moses, after that, what happened? Did they even see 10 or 50 or did they see anything?
No, it's good we're going down in history so that we'll educate people.
And that's what I'm telling you now. So they were deceived. That's why their eyes are clearer now.
So now they are wiser now.
They are wiser now.
So now they want to align with
Did they not
ECWA.
agitate? Did they not agitate at a point?
So now, so now they are aligning with
Ogonifo and Ogonify. What killed them? Was it not?
So Barrister, are you saying that now they are wiser and they are aligning with Simon
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know because Simon Ekpa just wrote a name. They have not come to say, yeah, we are part of this thing. That is why I'm telling you that whatever Simon Ekpa is not even structured. He's on his own. You have not even secured the South. You are cleaning other 40 states. Which other 40 states? You mean Middle Belt? We cross over, cross Southwest, cross Yoruba land, and they become part of you? Is that not a joke? No, tell me. That's why I told that he's a rabble rouser. Why are you cleaning 40 states? Did Ojukwu declare 40 states during the 1967 declaration? On that May 27, did Ojukwu include all these states as part of his region? Did he? You can see that this man is joking. 40 states for Biafra. For how? He just wrote their names. They don't even bother to answer him. So why are we discussing it? We are talking of Southeast here.
All right, Prince, I'd like you to respond to that in a bit, but I hear that we need to bring in someone else.
Yeah, we have Desmond Anyango from a Port Harcourt station. Good morning, Desmond. Hello, Desmond. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Good morning.
All right, good to have you in today's show, Desmond Anyango. Desmond joined us from a Port Harcourt station. Good to have you. You've been following the conversation thus far, right? And I would like to ask you, since you're in Port Harcourt, we also know of how some people were talking about history and what happened then. My colleague here talked about, Mr. Borough, who later was enlisted to join the Nigerian army. And we also have Effiong, who also played a part in Biafra during that time of the war. He was a first vice president, first and second time, and also the first president of Biafran government during the war. Now, what do you think that made the people of the South and other parts now to come up to say, we are not going to associate ourselves with this declaration, second declaration that is made by Simon Ekpa faction of IPOB?
Okay, I just want to start by saying that for we to find or have a lasting solution to the problem of IPOB or BF, we need to get to the root cause.
It's quite terrible. I do hope we'll be able to rectify that one so we can hear Desmond clearly.
And what is the root cause? Let's get to the root cause of this. What is the root cause? The IPOB started because of the level of marginalization that people are suffering in the hands of our leaders from the other direction. Because of the level of marginalization.
Right, Desmond, sorry, we can get your audio clearly here from this end. So we'll let you go. We will have to let you go, Desmond, because we cannot get clear, vision of what you're telling us.
Well, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, Moses, please. Is there any official declaration by PANDEF concerning this declaration by Simon?
But we haven't heard any.
So why are you not saying that they have disassociated the friend from whatever? Everybody just said they ignored Simon Ekpa. I don't like saying what is not available. We are discussing what is not there. The PANDEF, which I know, Edu Clark will never come out to make such a. They just ignored him because the real Igbo elite, the real Igbo organization have not even said anything. So why would you not say that because somebody went some down and wrote a name and all that? After all, some people are claiming the name of family that they are not there. Some people can claim that they are Buhari's son. Did the Buhari come to validate it? You can claim anything, it doesn't matter. It is the real people, when they come out to speak, we listen to them. That's what I'm saying here. Because if we allow this thing to fly now, another charlatan will wake up tomorrow to replace Simon Ekpa. And when we say, what is all this? They say, but you supported Simon Ekpa. Why can't you support this one?
So don't you think that being quiet is more like becoming detrimental to whatever idea or hope or opinion that they have. Why won't they come up to say something?
Ooh.
Why keep quiet up until now? The people you're talking about, mention of Pandev, saying they've not come up to associate themselves with.
Why would they come out to? What would they come and say?
But now they have the names of their, let's say, locations.
I want to get something.
Please get this thing right.
Remember that this is not the first time we're having this.
No,
I want to
it's not
understand
enough to write a name. You
This is
cannot
not the
write
first
any
time.
name. You cannot write
Biafra
any
is having a
name.
mark.
The
It's the
people
first
that
time
you
Biafra
wrote their name are they in support of what you are doing?
But Mr. Darlington, this is not the first time.
I want to get something clear.
Biafra is
Wait,
happening.
I want to get something clear. What I want to get clear is, why are we attaching so much relevance and importance to this whole declaration
And
by
names.
Simon Ekpa?
And names.
And I said from the outset, if there has to be a declaration of Biafra in exile,
Oh God.
don't you think common sense dictates that Nigerians, Biafrans in Nigeria, should be part of it?
I wonder. Eh?
Don't you think so? If you recall, a few years back when your former is it Deputy Senate President, Kwenemadu, was manhandled in Germany,
Yeah.
was it only people, from abroad that were in Germany? There were people from Nigeria
Yeah, exactly.
that were there.
They went with him.
Not only the ones that went with him, there are other people who went on their own
On their own. To give solidarity.
because they believed in what was going on.
Oh,
The Igbos don't act in isolation.
I wonder.
The Igbo race are a group of people that are intertwined so much. So if this was something an average Igbo man supports, getting visa, getting the ticket to go to Finland will not be the problem of the
All
Igbos.
of us will go. If we can trek there, we can trek.
You can trek to.
We can trek to that place. All we need to.
I didn't see that coming back.
I said we will trek. We will enter train. We will enter ship.
With the recent
Be a store away to get there. To give solidarity towards God. So that's what I'm telling you that let us know if we allow it might look as if the Igbo do not have sense. Somebody is just playing on our intelligence. I don't want to hear that. Simon Ekpa is not enough to play on my intelligence. What he's doing is outside what you are asking for. Every reasonable Igbo man have said it. That's not how things are done in this age. More so when we have lost so many youth in the southeast and is claiming credit to it. Why should I support such a person? And that had made the enemy to come in. These people are not together. They are killing themselves. Oh yeah, move in. When they now kill, Simon Ekpa will claim credit. At the point, we don't even know who we are pursuing. Whether unknown government, whether security agents, or whether Simon Ekpa.
Right.
Is that what you want us to live with? At what point did we even become so this aggressive to be killing ourselves? I have told everyone who comes to listen, Igbo don't kill themselves. This thing is not our character. I challenge anybody to come and tell me, if we didn't kill others during the war, why should we not be killing ourselves in this peace time? It's not our character. We must denounce it vehemently.
All right then.
Now that the Finnish authority, confirmed that Simon Ekpa, the self-proclaimed leader of IPOB, is now in their custody, Barrister Darlington, they also give a time frame. They say from now till May 2025. If they don't have strong evidence, against him to make up or to back the suit he's facing, the charges talking about financing terrorism, inciting terrorism, and all that. Now, what do you think will happen if we don't have enough evidence, or the people that put him up doesn't have enough evidence for that to be tried?
No,
what do you think will happen?
Fina, in the Western world, they don't take you in except there is a strong evidence against you.
So why stretch this case?
Because they want to gather more. You think they do things like you here? No, they have established a prima facie case against Simon Ekpa. That was why they took him. Remember, they arrested him some time ago. But they couldn't, hold on something strong against him. But when he started posting all those things, that was where all the evidence they got from Simon was from his social media handle. You heard what that investigative man said from Finland. They went to his distance and saw all his activities, which he did not deny. Is that not enough to say, come, my friend, come and explain this thing you are writing here and all that? Is that not enough? So a prima facie case has been established against him. Whether he will wriggle out of it is another thing entirely. And I'm sure by the time you go through this ordeal and come out, he will be a better person. And that's what we want. He will be a better, yes, he will be a better person. To know that the Igbos, we don't tolerate this type of rubbish. It's not our character. It's not.
All right, then. Well, as we make to wrap up this conversation now, let's. I would like to ask Prince this question. Now that some representatives of IPOB have dissociated themselves, Igbo elders have also dissociated themselves from Simon Ekpa. What else do you think what else do you think stakeholders should do to ensure that there is no further uprising, all right, and also the release of Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, everybody expected that, in quotes, your so-called Igbo elders and leaders will come out to dissociate themselves.
Why are you putting that in quotes?
Yes, they will come out to dissociate themselves because they were there when this whole thing started, and we've been calling them before now. We've been calling them. Where are the elders of the land? The elders of the land have suddenly gone deaf and dumb.
They were afraid of Simon Ekpa.
So now Simon Ekpa has been arrested. They are talking. But that's not the solution. The arrest of Simon Ekpa is not the solution.
So what is?
The solution is that the elders of the land should begin to do one or two things. One, they should secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Two, between the elders, the governors, and the federal government, we want to know who these so-called unknown government are.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's very, very important. We need to know. It's not something that we should throw, underneath the carpet. So if they are all coming out now to dissociate themselves, to condemn condemn Simon Ekpa, they should also begin to speak out against the marginalization of the Igbos.
Okay.
Because that is the root cause of all the problem. Not before you become a governor, you are fighting the cause of the Igbos. But the moment you become a governor, you forget that cause and you abandon your people. The Igbo elders and leaders in the southeast have abandoned the people for too long.
All right then. Boris, your take now. But you did say Igbo elders are afraid of...
Because of, Simon Ekpa, what he was doing. The few that spoke, this is what happened to them. The few Igbo elders that spoke, including traditional rulers, this is how they ended up. No, didn't you see? That was why the others were very afraid. Now that the chicken had come home to roost, I expect them now to come out and be bold about everything they are going to do or say concerning this matter, so that another Simon Ekpa does not arise. That is what I'm saying here. In fact, I'm just waiting for the new Ohaneze president to come on board. They said they will give somebody that slot to finish Iwanyawo's tenure. Let the man call. I will be calling his name here. I will collect his phone number. Every day I'll be calling him. I'm not joking. I will call out his name. I will call him. Say, Mr. President, what are you doing about this? You must walk. That's what I'm saying.
But Barrister, I think we all get these things wrong. Ohaneze Ndigbo has not and has never been a tool that has represented the downtrodden in the south.
I wanted to ask.
I told you the reasons.
Because when we keep saying, when we keep saying Ohaneze Ndigbo, and we keep talking of the leadership, I have never believed in that leadership. I have never believed in a leadership that is only designed for old men who are losing touch with reality. The Gen Zs.
You think that's what it is?
Yes, that's the problem.
No,
the Gen Zs, today the world is ruled by the Gen Zs, whether we like it or not. We must give the young people opportunity to come out.
That's why.
What is happening in Ohaneze Ndigbo is that it's a place for retired old Igbo men.
Listen.
Right.
The situation in the southeast is not something you hand over to your Gen Zs. They will mess it up.
So you think
yes, elders. That's why I told you that an elder cannot be there when a goat will give back.
Mr. Barrister, I totally agree with you. The elders have failed us.
No.
It is time to move on.
you cannot move on and leave our destiny in the hands of your so-called Gen Z. Is it not this Gen Z that are supporting Simon Ekpa? Is they go and check their age group. It is the elder that will look at this thing, look at this. What if we do not handle it carefully, my dear? You would have opened your door to the enemy. So that's what I'm telling you here.
Barrister Darlington, now that you made mention of how the Ohanese Ndibo, their political term is to have a new person who will step in to finish.
Yes, yes.
We also know that they're having wrangling. There's an issue among them. Which faction of this Ohanese Ndibo are we talking about? Is it the faction that is calling on Obasanjo to step in, or is it the other faction that is saying that this is time for us to rotate? Why I'm asking this is that we
have only one Ohanese.
But we know that Ohanese group, they rotate their leadership. Now is the time for the people that come from Rivers State to produce a...
They said that we have not finished. Now what is wrangling there?
So we are now, are we not still saying that the elders cannot put their house together with their great...
Look, if anybody talking, you see, we have political hangers on. Those who want to go and collect money from somewhere to make noise. Okay. We don't recognize them. Even after they have a faction. Is that not true? What matters at the end of the day, which particular group is recognized by the people. That's what until Iwanya died, wasn't dragging his position with anybody. Go and see the burial they gave him. The burial that all the Igbos all over the world, they came for that burial. What does that tell you? Leave all these small fries who are collecting a starvation allowance from their paymasters. They are not relevant. It happened all over the place. We are not even bothered. If you allow any Igbo group to scam you on behalf of our Ohanese, it is not we, it is not Ohanese. Yeah, if you want to do something with Ohanese, you know where to go. But if you now say you want to split Ohanese by paying some people, it cannot work. At the end of the day, we know who to follow.
My objection to this whole thing about Ohanese getting somebody to continue or to finish a tenure. Don't forget that the former president, what's his name again, that died. No, not Iwanya.
Yaradua.
No.
Obiozo.
Iwanya came to complete the tenure of...
Yes.
Now, you're looking for another person to complete the tenure of Iwanya.
But that's in their constitution.
What is wrong with that?
That is in their constitution.
No, what's wrong with that, What is wrong with that? Indeed. That is even what will make a peaceful transition. That's what will make for a peaceful organization. The moment you now change it somewhere, people will get aggrieved. So we said we are talking about something is already in the constitution, follow it. That's the only way you can bring peace. Mr. Chinaka, let me ask you, go around all the places in Lagos where you Igbos are concentrated in their business. Have you heard or seen any rancor? Is it not because of the way they do their things? Have you had them fighting and killing each other because of leadership?
But they're fighting. Ohanese is fighting right now.
Barrister, you should
Ohanese is fighting right now.
It is those people that the government paid money.
I think it's time we move away from this conversation into another conversation while we wait on the Igbo elders to do the needful and secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Well, Nigerians criticize President Tinubu over remarks that have been made that they were living a fake good life before the removal of fuel subsidy. Well, that remark is credited to the president, and Nigerians are criticizing it. Well, let's talk about this. Let's look at this when we come back from this break.